Hi guys, this is Heena the Fashion Doctor and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we would do something a little different. I'm taking you guys along with me to my visit to Goodwill, but it's a little different from our typical day of shopping. I got in touch with the representatives at Goodwill and they said I could take a look inside. And I thought this is a great opportunity because I've been looking up a lot of statistics on how much waste we have. Okay guys, let's do this.
So I'm Eric, I'm the Associate District Manager here for this location in Atwater Village. The majority of our store is our women's department. Our biggest shopper and our biggest donor are women. So it really takes up most of the store, and you can see what a large floor plan we have. This is 15,000 square feet sales floor. So it's one of our biggest locations in Los Angeles.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. So we get tons of customers. We're always busy every day. And you know, thrifters come from all over to come find us. What we're doing here every day is really, we're like the first point of contact with all of our donors, with all of our customers, donors that really want to help our mission, transforming lives through the power of work. Really day to day, we're just merchandising, putting out clothing, sorting through all the amazing finds that we find every day, going through and pricing. This is like working with the team that we have here.
I have a couple questions, but would you like to show us around first?
Sure. We kind of have all of our women's tops, women's blouses up front. We have dresses all along the wall. Right here up front is our Halloween kind of finds that we pull out and we identify as things that people can use to make creative costumes. We like to display different types of things that are either whatever the color palettes are in season. Lots of different ideas for our shoppers, especially like first-time thrifters. As you can see, you have like this long, beautiful faux fur. We have this lookbook that we have posted in all of our stores. It has a QR code and it'll link you to our lookbook to give you more either Halloween ideas or just any seasonal ideas that you want to use.
There's this statistic that I found online. So according to a 2018 study, 17 million tons of textile was, the waste ended up in landfills. And apparently only 28% of people actually donate. And 7% of people actually do thrift shopping. So is there anything you can say that would motivate people to donate more and thrift more?
I mean, it's really about awareness, right? About awareness of that problem, the big trash problem that we have. Fast fashion has always been a really big, concern of mine. I've been with Goodwill for 8 years. But you can see a lot with younger generations and with millennials and Gen Z really focusing on, hey, let's buy items that are good quality and let's reuse them. If I'm done using it, just the knowledge that it has a second life cycle, and really just eliminating waste. Like it's really important that we make the concerted effort that we have to protect our environment, and Goodwill is doing their part.
I wonder honestly how much of those fast fashion items even get it through here.
So the issue that I see with fast fashion is that because of the materials they're used, I mean, the reason that they're able, it's called fast fashion for a reason, but it's the reason that they're able to make it so cheap and affordable for all demographics is because the materials that they use are not as strong. There's the way that it's put together. Instead of like ring spun cotton, they use the cheaper cotton, and then they're turning it season after season after season, constantly making a new design. It's always about new. It's always about the future, and they're just pushing that forward. And so by the time it gets to us, even if it was only worn 5 or 6 times, it doesn't really have a resale value at that point. And that's the issue. It's like we can put it out on the floor, but customers aren't looking for that stuff here. And so that's a lot of the stuff that ends up getting diverted to the outlet and to commodities. The stuff that people really want here is the good Levi's, the old, vintage clothing, things that are made with good materials that are going to have, 10 lives instead of 2. It's a big problem, but obviously we're trying to be part of the solution and at least diverting some of that stuff to become recycled or to become used somewhere else or sold on the commodity bit.
I have a very important question. Do you get any Louis Vuittons, and do you have any at the moment?
I don't think I have any at my location right now, but we do see them.
Okay guys, so we're going inside to see the sorting process, and I'm really excited because I haven't been on the inside of these and it looks huge. So let's go. amazing. And I'm just gonna let Eric talk about it because I'm still staring at everything.
So this is our sorting and pricing process. So all of the items that you see here are donated items that have yet to be sorted. Our team here is going through the process of determining which items are sellable and which items aren't. That's the biggest part of this process. Us checking the condition, us checking for holes, for stains, brand, identifiable things for value, right? So we're looking for, you know, the Louis Vuitton that you're asking about and all the different types of brands that we're going to find, whether things are vintage or not. But really it's about sorting out the things that aren't sellable and then being able to put out the items that are good quality items for our customers. So what you see here is some of the racks of clothing that have already been sorted, and obviously sorting by size, by gender, and then it's by department also. So we'll have all the jeans together, all the dresses together, all the shirts together by size, and then going through and pricing the items.
I remember there being a time where everyone was like, oh, thrifting, no, we don't do that, we buy it new. And now everyone's like, oh no, thrifting is totally trending. So did you like notice a change in people's shopping behavior?
Yeah, I would say thrifting is it is having a moment right now, and we're very fortunate that way because I think that young people realize that they don't want cookie cutter items. They don't want the same thing as everyone else. They want something different. They want to be, you know, individuals, and they may not want the same thing as their friends are wearing. So you can find something unique here. You can sometimes find vintage things. You can find lots of different styles. We're very, very lucky right now. We work a lot with Gen Z, with millennials. You know, Eric can speak to who's shopping in the stores, and it has changed, and we're very appreciative. We had a quarantine period that we held the clothing before we put it out on the sales floor. And then, you know, over time, I think the medical professionals decided that it was very unlikely that people were going to get COVID-19. It was more like a respiratory thing than something that you would touch. So we changed our process a little bit, but no, we do suggest, because of the thousands of items that go through every single day, we don't have the capacity to wash everything, but we do suggest that everybody wash. Of course, when you buy it, you take it home and wash it before you wear it. So.
We just saw the outlet store, and personal shoppers as well as people who own thrift stores come here to shop by the pound.
This is what happens to all of the product that we decide isn't sellable at the retail store, whether it be through that initial sort or if it doesn't sell after it goes through its life cycle on the sales floor, it comes to one of our 3 outlet stores. In this case, we sell items by the pound. Textiles, I believe, is $2.29, and hard goods are $1.29. The demographic is large. It's a lot of resellers that, you know, are looking for items that maybe we missed on our sort, or that maybe just didn't sell at the store for whatever reason, but still have value that they can now take and sell online or sell at their, you know, own consignment stores, or however they're going to do it. A lot of vintage is found here, things that might be damaged, you know, or people looking for vintage fabrics and they buy old vintage clothing and they can reuse those fabrics. They can make alterations and fix holes and take stains out and things like that. And so a lot of vintage business owners come and shop here as well. But also just like enthusiasts, people that really like the thrill of being able to like hunt. Like they really like to come here and be able to like dig through all of the stuff that we deemed unsellable at the retail stores, but they still have value. So it all goes back to like that sustainability piece. So even if it doesn't sell at the store, it still has another chance to get to somebody's home and to have a second life here at the home.
When I say people were digging for gold, I felt like they were just digging in there to find something. So Eric, tell us where we are.
This is our Bale Room, and this is what we're doing with all of the apparel after it doesn't sell at the outlet store. These items, these bales, are sold to commodities brokers, either overseas or textile companies that recycle, or people that are, you know, going and going to sort through these clothes and resell them in another marketplace too. This is all of the product that we're diverting from the landfill. Like you mentioned, there's tons of clothing that's being put in landfills every day. This is all stuff that's not going to the trash.
I actually heard that some countries basically are refusing secondhand clothing from America now. I'm just wondering, have you heard of that, or more importantly, like, has that affected how thrift shopping, or specifically this part, behaves in the whole?
That's not something that I've heard of.
Okay.
However, it's stuff that's being purchased too. So this is private organizations that are buying these items. It's not like going shipped overseas to like Africa as like a donation. It's stuff that private organizations want to purchase to reuse the items, whether that be for to find the value individual items that are in the bales or to recycle the textiles, right? So it's a little different.
A lot of times people donate things that just kind of slip through the cracks and surprise you, so you never know what you can find.
After that machine right there actually puts it into bales, the wires are tied around and it is sold in those little bales.
This is our donation center. This is our first point of contact with our donors. Our donors come in, we greet them, we assist them with their drop-offs, we offer them a receipt that they can use on their taxes, on the write-off for their charitable donation, and it's kind of the beginning of the sorting process where we're kind of just separating apparel from any of the home goods, footwear, and electronics that we use.
Let's say I have a huge item like one of those wardrobes to donate. Am I allowed to put it right by the Goodwill box, or am I supposed to drop it off here?
So we don't have donation centers that are unattended. So all of our donation centers are attended by one of our ambassadors who can assist you with offloading it, who will be able to give you a receipt too. So we do definitely want to bring you to a drop-off.
Okay.
There's a long list of things to donate. So that would be apparel, so any clothing that you have in your closet, footwear, artwork, furniture, any electronics, any books, any media, really all types of items we take. Like we really don't, tools, everything. The things that we exclude is some hazardous materials, so like cleaning products, like those kind of supplies. We can't take auto parts, no like used carpeting that's like ripped out from the floor, or like blinds or anything like that. But for the most part, if it's safe, if it's something that we can reuse and it's gently used, then we definitely will.
Have you heard of ThredUp?
We have heard of ThredUp. There's a lot of these other consignment stores that do similar things to what we do. We also have our own e-commerce website as well, shopgoodwill.com, which we list some of our higher end items that you can bid for online.
So Marla was telling us a little bit about the history of Goodwill and how it was started by a lady.
Goodwill Southern California was actually started by a woman, Catherine Higgins, who moved to Los Angeles from the East Coast, and the organization was initially helping immigrants with job training and clothing and other things that they needed. On Alvaro Street was our first store, and so we really grew from there. So we had a museum exhibit about that, which you can see, that shows some of the history of Goodwill.
Also, you were telling us how Goodwill still does this, how there's still employment opportunities and basically outreach programs that Goodwill offers.
We run employment programs throughout the LA, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. We have specialized centers, for example, for veterans or for youth, and then we have some general workforce centers where anybody can come in from the community who's looking for a job, and we assist them.
Okay guys, that's it for today. I want to thank Eric, Ariana, and Marla for letting me get inside of Goodwill, how it works, what happens inside. I appreciate this so much. This was kind of eye-opening because the volume of clothes that are recycled is just eye-opening. And I really appreciate being here. And yeah, that's about it. The Fashion Doctor signing off. Bye guys.